The following footage is a true story and may disturb some viewers.
Shh, Unit Bravo, we've got a 1093. Suspect is considered armed and dangerous. Sniper spotted 5 pieces of mass land destruction and 3 Mildex in their backpack.
Copy that, dispatch. Jenkins, give me the loudspeaker and tell the damn snipers to disengage. Don't need civilian casualties today.
Everyone get on the ground! This is a robbery! Put the collector bags in the bag and no one has to get hurt!
We have the premises surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
You police so much as move a muscle and I swear to God the hostages are gonna get it. I need $50 million, every single Avatar collector box, and all of the Phyrexian oil raised lands right now! Don't want to talk? If not, the Bracket 2 keyboard player will get it!
I just wanted to play Magic, please. Please, I haven't done anything, please.
Calm down, we can work this out. Nobody needs to get hurt. Just release the hostages and we'll talk about your demands.
Think I'm bluffing? Everybody here knows what's at stake. If I don't get these packs, I swear to God I'm gonna— Breaching! Breaching! Get on the ground! Put your hands where I can see them! Suspects reaching! Damn fine work today, gentlemen. Job well done. Let's go home. Huh. Okay.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks. My name is Really Bad at Magic the Gathering, or Really Bad for short, and today I wanted to discuss something we've all certainly run into. Have you ever gotten something of yours blown up when a scarier player was beside you? Have you ever been hated off the table for playing a specific commander? I know I have. Just when you think you can play out your brand new deck, Hot Hands Henry over here swords to plowshares your commander, abrades value pieces, and gives your Soul Ring an intervention from Heliod, all while the token player is quietly creating a pillow fort. What happened? I believe it's an issue of threat assessment.
But Really Bad, what even is threat assessment?
Threat assessment is the ability to properly analyze who, at any given point in a game, is winning, specifically by knowing and understanding what individual cards may be pushing them along, what pieces are generating repeatable value or things that may be problematic in the future, and how to properly and effectively remove them. While this seems simple on the surface, there are many angles in how threat assessment impacts not only your win rate, but how much fun you're having during a game of Magic. So, let's start with the first angle. How other players' threat assessment can ruin your entire evening faster than a turn 1 mana vault. Because this is the uncomfortable truth. A lot of players don't evaluate the board. They evaluate vibes. Picture this. The Enchantress player drops a Mesa Enchantress and a Sanctum Weaver. Objectively, these cards are problems within an enchantment deck. But does the table react that way? Not quite. Instead, they all have their sights set on you, just because you looped a Cursed Marauder once. Why? Because people attack what they understand, not what is actually dangerous. The token player? Oh, that's fine. They're just 1/1s. I can chump them easily. What about the artifact player? Also probably fine, right? I'm not reading all of that. The graveyard player? Oh, he's doing graveyard things. We should definitely keep an eye on that. But you play an enchantment that gives you repeatable value? Yeah, we should probably hold their family hostage. When threat assessment goes wrong, 3 things happen. Number 1, power is ignored. The real threat is when the Spellslinger deck is building up a value pile that profits off breathing and when nobody wants to quote-unquote waste their removal. The second issue is that action is misdirected. This is when the Bracket 2 midrange pile can finally play their 5-drop and then they get absolutely pillaged even when they're behind. The third thing is that you lose. Why? Because the table used their answers on the wrong person. And guess who that person usually isn't? The real threat. We can all remember a time when the Tatyova player draws 12 cards just to smooth things out, while everyone else is arguing about whether or not your Delina deck is too explosive. But here's the good news. You can weaponize this. And that brings us to angle 2, how your threat assessment can help you not only win more games, but have more fun. Good threat assessment isn't loud. It's not the table's equivalent to Phoenix Wright objecting to everything you do, but rather a sneaky superpower. It could look something like this. You know when a player is one card away from winning. You save your removal for the pieces that actually matter. You develop your board without appearing threatening. You appear as a reasonable player who only uses removal to keep the game fair. You nudge the table in the right direction with one sentence. Hey, I think if we leave that untapper plus that enchantment alone, we might regret it in 2 turns. You're not commanding the table, you're not whining, you're dropping a subtle little, hey, I'm probably wrong, but does anybody else see that? And suddenly, the combo gets stopped. You didn't waste a card, you didn't become the villain, and you didn't take the heat, because good threat assessment is more than knowing when to kill something. It's knowing when to look harmless. And that's the secret. If you can identify the real threats and avoid being seen as one too early, your win rate skyrockets. You survive longer, you make smarter trades, you get more value out of your cards, and you actually get to play Magic instead of being the table's designated punching bag.
But really bad at Magic the Gathering! How do I properly threat assess?
Listen up, Buttercup. You follow 3 simple principles. Number 1, evaluate the engine and not the board. You don't kill the creature with the sword. You kill the forge that makes the swords. Number 2, track long-term value rather than short-term explosions. The deck that drew 6 cards is way scarier than the deck that just played 2 big creatures. The third thing, use table talk like a scalpel rather than a hammer. The more subtle you are, the more effective it becomes. And once you learn these 3 principles, suddenly you're the one quietly creeping your way to victory while everyone else is arguing about the wrong threat. Alright, let's dive deeper into these principles with some real, actual, totally not for my personal trauma examples. Here's a classic mistake. Someone slams a 9/9 onto the table, and everyone panics. 3 removal spells get thrown at it like it stole their wallet and their life savings along with it. Meanwhile, the other player quietly resolved a risk study and a smothering tith, and the table goes,
Well, I mean, I can't afford the tax. I'll just pay for it once or twice.
cool, you paid the 1. Meanwhile, they're drawing into gas and making treasures as if they run the Federal Reserve. And guess who wins the game? I promise you, it's not the guy with Zatalpa, because the real engine was sitting quietly in the back, generating incremental advantage the whole time. Engines win games. Engines snowball. Engines make your removal look like you aimed it at a house fire with a bottle of water. Good threat assessment recognizes that power isn't always flashy. Yes, the big dinosaur is scary, but what's protecting it? What's enabling it? And what's supporting it? Sometimes it's a little 2-mana enchantment or a creature that says draw a card when X happens. Cards that turn 1 resource into more resources, that's the real threat. To think about the second point, let's use this example. A player plays Blasphemous Act and wipes the board. Everyone screams, "Threat! Villain! Monster!" Meanwhile, the Enchantress player just resolved their 4th draw engine and now has more cards than a CVS receipt. Which one is scarier over the next 5 turns? I promise you, it's not the one who used their resources, it's the one who hasn't. One-time blowouts look scary, but they actually cost something. A Cyclonic Rift, yes, it's devastating, but it takes 1 whole turn's mana to use and paints the world's biggest target on your back. You know what's more scary? A player drawing 3 extra cards every turn for the rest of the game. Or a player making treasures passively without even trying. Or it's a player copying spells or doubling tokens just by existing. Short-term explosions create fear, but long-term value creates inevitability. And inevitability is how you lose on turn 10 while the table is still whining about the explosion from turn 4. This is where the real big brain plays happen. The players who struggle with threat assessment usually fall into two categories. Category A, the town crier. This player spends the entire game yelling, "He's gonna win! We have to stop him!" And this makes them sound like a police siren. And you know what people do when they hear a police siren every second of the game? They tune it out. Category B is the passive-aggressive martyr. This one will say things like, "Okay, sure, I guess I'll die," or "Must be nice drawing cards," or "I guess my deck doesn't get to play today." This does not inspire teamwork, but rather it inspires silent judgment. The effective player, they're calm, measured, and almost suspiciously polite. They say things like, "Hey y'all, I could be wrong, but if we leave Ashnod's Altar and the Ophiomancer alone, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get Torment of Hailfired into oblivion itself." Or, "Does anyone else notice that the combo player hasn't used their Vamp Tutor yet? We knew that they drew it." Or, "Look guys, I can deal with this guy's flyer, but I need someone else to take care of the enchantment." The winner of the game asks questions. They present facts, and they create small alliances without ever declaring it. And here's the kicker. The more reasonable you sound, the more unreasonable things people will let you get away with. And this is how you remove the right things, protect your own board, stay off the radar, and still look like a hero. And the best part is that you're not even lying or being deceitful, you're just highlighting what people weren't paying attention to. So now, let's put it all together. Good threat assessment is 3 steps. Number 1, it's identifying the real long-term win condition at the table. It's not the flashy board, but the deeper engine that's powering it. Number 2 is to interact only when necessary. Hold on to your removal until the table's about to lose, or if you know a piece is going to generate a ton of value, not just when something looks scary. Number 3, guide the table without commanding the table. No pun intended. Choose facts over fear-mongering. Choose observations over orders, and choose calm over chaos. When you master these 3 concepts, 2 absolutely beautiful things happen simultaneously. You win significantly more games because you're spending resources efficiently and dodging attention, and you have significantly more fun because you're not getting dogpiled for no reason. You become the person who always seems to have the answer at the right time, not early enough to draw aggro, and not late enough to lose, but just right. And that just about wraps up this week's episode. Thank you so much for sticking along and watching this video. If you have ever encountered someone who has just threat assessed you so poorly at the table, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your funny stories and mishaps that have happened, because I am sure there are plenty that have happened in your Magic career. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like, maybe even a comment, and definitely subscribe. And hey, if you like the videos and want to hear a little bit more from little old me, we have a Discord and I have some other social medias. I'm trying out a TikTok to post clips for my YouTube. Don't know if I'm making new content there yet, but who knows? We'll see. Wink! And I also made a BlueSky and Twitter account so you guys can hear my ramblings throughout the day. Because who doesn't want to hear my ramblings throughout the day? Just kidding, probably most of you. But if you do, there they are. Anyway, that's all from me. If you stayed this long in the video, please comment 2.6 Hog Cycle. I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.